Hello.
Check your connectivity, Danny.
Well, I think we're live. So, hello. Welcome to the live part of Famicast 95. Of course, I'm Danny Bivens here with James Charlton.
Sup?
And Ty Sugar.
What up, dudes?
So, we're sitting out just kind of right outside of the hall here, and hopefully the internet holds up. It's connected to a cellular connection right now, so we'll see how that goes. So, we got to play the Switch. And you'll be able to see, if you've been paying attention throughout the day, you could have seen maybe some videos via Periscope, Twitter, and stuff. We have another thing that will be recorded that's going to be right here on the NWR YouTube, NWR TV as well, so you can check that out. But I want to talk about the games. So we played some games, not all the games that we necessarily wanted to play, but we did get to play some games. So
none of the games we necessarily wanted to play.
Right.
All the games we necessarily wanted to play.
Hashtag just saying.
Yeah, so I mean, the thing was, like, I got here relatively early, but it was still not early enough because before I even was able to get into, like, the hall, you could not line up at all to play Splatoon 2 anymore. You couldn't. Then it came to the point where I couldn't play Zelda anymore. It was already set up for the whole day. I'm talking like 30 minutes, 45 minutes into,
It was a replay of what happened at the 3DS one, right? The 3DS one was like 2011, the Ocarina of Time 3D.
Yeah.
So I guess Japanese people do like Zelda? Question mark.
Well, when you don't let them play for such a long time, maybe that's why. I don't know. But
yeah, that's true. Did I say that in the last bit? This is the first time Japanese people have been able to play Zelda.
Yeah.
Breath of the Southern Wilds
Yes.
was today. It's crazy, right?
But we did get to play a couple of different games, and I figured maybe first we'll start out with one that we've all played, which I think would maybe be a good idea. And Ty, how about you take this one away?
Oh yeah, Street Fighter. That's right. Ultra Street Fighter 2. Yeah, it's a Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix assets, but the balance is different. It doesn't have the new little moves and features that HDR did, but they've added a couple new characters, Evil Ryu and Violent Ken.
Right.
Yeah, I heard on Twitter that they're also going to have Mecha Zangief, but I don't know if that's real or not. You laugh, but I'm being 100% serious.
I don't doubt it.
That's a real character.
Okay.
So I played that. Had a good time. I played with both the Pro Controller and the little half of a Joy-Con.
Right.
You had to do 2 rounds for that, right? That wasn't like in the same thing, right?
Yeah.
There was a gap between those. Go ahead.
Right. You could line up for one or the other.
It got shorter. It was like 20-minute wait near the end of the event, right?
Right.
Was it like a 100-minute wait?
Yeah, it was like an hour or something. Probably not even. But it was a while. So, yeah. I enjoyed it. There's still a lot of unanswered questions about it as far as nuts and bolts, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, I'm not a fighting game type of guy, really. I mean, I suck. James whooped my ass a few times when we were playing on the tiny Joy-Cons. But I thought, I got to play on the TV in TV mode and also on the the portable mode as well. Table mode. Thank you.
Poverty mode.
Poverty mode. I don't own a television set, so.
Oh, there's Mr. Kimishima. Just come. Good job on the presentation, there.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. It was great.
Yeah, there's a lot of people kind of filtering out of here right now, so pardon the noise and whatever. Hopefully nobody knocks our camera on the floor. That would kind of suck.
4 minutes past closing time.
Yeah.
So welcome. It's atmospheric.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, we, in terms of playing on TV, I thought it looked fantastic. I mean, visually. I mean, this is coming from a guy who doesn't play very many fighting games. I didn't get to play the remastered version, from 10 years ago?
It looks exactly the same.
Okay. But, I mean, maybe for guys like James and myself, we're not we're not Thai.
Right.
So it's just different. But,
Who is?
Yeah. What would the world be like without Captain Hook or Ty Sugar?
So yeah, it was. I mean, this is a full price game, right? That's the only downside. I mean, I would be interested in this. I mean, I was talking to Ty earlier. Like, I mean, even the original HDR, was that like a downloadable game, like $10, $15?
Yeah, it was 15, I think, maybe 20.
And how much are they asking for this?
40 bones.
Okay.
Yeah. Good luck with that, Capcom. Good going.
Yeah, I mean, it's It's decent. I mean, it's fun. It's Street Fighter if you're into that type of thing. But
Actually, if it was Street Fighter 4 Ultra Turbo Championship Edition HD Remix, I might be interested at 40. But like Street Fighter 2, maybe not so much.
I mean, we've already discussed this. We already had Street Fighter 4 on 3DS. I mean, what other versions do you need? Right, Ty?
Right, with the touchscreen controls where you don't need to charge a Sonic Boom.
And I know you love the online play.
Right.
We tried the touch, didn't we? Nothing. The touch was completely disabled. I don't know if it was just for this demo, but you couldn't select characters with touch or anything like that.
Right, like and like at one point James was kind of screwing around with the controller, and the guy came over and he said, "Hey, don't do that." Like towards the end,
Don't do that.
no, he said, "Hey, please stop that."
That's how I roll, man. I just got to dick around with shit. When it's new, when they say don't press the home button, what's the first thing I'm gonna do?
Yeah,
Press the home button.
right,
Same for the screenshot button.
right.
Didn't do anything.
So I guess maybe let's move on here a little bit. So another game I got to play the new Bomberman game that's coming out. I think in Jesus Christ, I think the Western version is called like Super Bomberman R.
Super Bomberman. Nintendo Switch.
Jesus Christ edition. But I mean, I
This
got
was all in the same area as well, right?
Yeah, 'cause-
Did you mention that? Like, well, the first part of this video, you'll have seen that.
Yeah, there's like a whole skid row for third-party games all together.
basically, yeah. I mean, the big games are all kind of off by themselves, and these third-party games are kind of relinquished to their own special area.
Right.
But when I first got to the show, I realized I wouldn't be able to play Zelda, so I was like, okay, I'll try out Bomberman. And I tried it out, and I got to play with just 3 other random guys, 4-player Bomberman, and it's Bomberman on teeny tiny controllers. I mean, it's fine, it's fun if you're into Bomberman. Okay. One thing I kind of had a complaint about, and I didn't.
How many players did you play?
4,
3 randoms. Like
3 random people and myself, so 4
But
players.
it's 8, up to 8.
Up to 8.
On one Switch?
Maybe I don't know about that.
How would it even 8 people fit around a screen that big, right? Maybe not. Maybe you need at least 2 screens. For
That would kind of make sense, right?
4 and 4. Yeah.
One thing I kind of noticed, and I didn't know if it was just because like this is basically a brand new, even demo unit is brand new, so that's the sticks are pretty stiff.
That's what she said.
Yeah, and I kind of noticed that, and Ty was kind of picking up on this too when he's playing Street Fighter.
Yeah, the sticks seem pretty sketchy to me. Like they were stiff, or like you would let go and like your character would continue in that motion.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel good, and I don't know if it's because they're not production sticks or what.
Yeah, I mean that could definitely be a thing. It's hard to tell. That's not the one we want. Don't worry about it. So if
If you got any questions.
yeah, sorry if you guys are asking questions right now. It's usually we would have like a YouTube chat up so that we can see them, but as you can tell, this is not a very normal episode. So
Maybe on Twitter. Send them on Twitter to
Yeah.
at the Famicast.
yeah, send it on Twitter. We can
Ty will be able to see that, right?
take that if you guys have any questions or
At the Famicast, hashtag Switch Japan. No? No, forget the hashtag.
just ask us a
Make up your own
question.
hashtag.
Yeah.
We don't mind.
It's fine. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty neat. That's kind of a game with Bomberman again. That's a game I'm kind of interested in maybe picking up at launch. I believe that's a launch title here. So
Is that another full price? 40?
I didn't see the price on the Nintendo website, so kind of hard telling. I imagine it's probably like a 6,000 yen game or something. So, yeah. So James, so I got here first, and I got to play a couple of different games before you. I think you guys even arrived. But one thing I did manage to snag before they were gone forever was a ticket for ARMS, which, if you're listening to the audio version of the podcast or have listened to it, we weren't really, at least from the video stuff, we weren't really sold on that. It seemed kind of gimmicky and weird, kind of like, I don't know. Ty, what did you think about it?
Before going in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
before
be-
going in, I didn't think it looked that exciting.
Yeah.
But as I started to gather more details and see more of it being played, I became more interested.
Yeah, and James?
Well, I think I called it Overwatch mixed with Punch Out, but I'd maybe more like Overwatch mixed with Wii Sports Boxing would be a better description.
Mhm.
And it is kind of like that. I mean, Danny like you said, he got here earlier. I got here like 11:10, 11:20, and yeah, everything was sold out. Not sold out, done.
Right.
So Danny was kind enough to give me his ticket, so I could at least play the Switch, at least touch it. So yeah. It is. I mean, Wii Sports Boxing. That's not a very fair comparison. I mean, it's better than that, obviously. Like,
Right.
you know, you're moving left and right and tilting. I mean, that's the only setup they had at this event, at least. And apparently, we've heard that there could be non-motion control versions in the final product. But you know, that's what I was using. So, like, yeah, you're holding the with the sticks facing inwards. And you actually do use the sticks for the menus, by the way. It's a little bit odd, like holding, because you assume maybe tilting is for the menus or something, because like everything's tilt, but it's not. It's like you do use the, so it's a bit weird to like, you're basically holding a controller on the side, but like using the stick still, kind of thing. It's a little bit strange, but it works. So you use the sticks to select the menus and for selecting your loadout. You guys have probably seen streams by now where when you start the match, you've got like 3 weapon choices. So, you know, like I started off with this mummy guy and he's got his regular big fists. And then he's got like, what was it? Like a, I can't.
Like almost like a ball and chain type of thing, wasn't it? Or is it?
Yeah, like that. And the third one, like all these kind of like weird. The boomerang was the other guy that I used, and like a missile one as well. Like 3 missiles fire out as well. So you've got like some projectile stuff which doesn't take that much damage. Massive damage. I mean, Ty told me to throw the shit out of everyone because we were watching the live stream, and that seemed to be working well for people who were winning at least anyway. And I wanted to win, and I did win. And I kind of felt bad afterwards because
Don't feel bad.
yeah. I mean, if Ty wanted some script codes, he probably could have interviewed the guy I played.
And all along, 100%.
Yeah. So yeah, we could play 2 matches, 2 rounds, and you win the match. So it wasn't really timed. It was like you could take as long as you wanted, but it was 2 matches and you were done, kind of thing. Yeah, and it had like 5 characters. I mean, you've probably all seen the videos by now. Yeah, visually it looks cool. I mean, would I buy this game for like 50, 60? Maybe not. Like I would like a demo at least. Sure. I mean, this really needs a demo because I think if people play it, they will like it. But they might need a little trial run just to see if they're willing to, you know, throw down the bones from that. And also, we need to know: are there going to be like online modes? Are there going to be other modes to play? Right. Is it just, you know, versus and online? Is that it? Yeah, I don't know.
We have a comment. Hey guys, the sticks being stiff is not a good sign.
There it is.
That's what she said.
But,
damn.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think they were that stiff. I mean, it worked. Well, I guess. Well, I've only played Street Fighter and ARMS, and ARMS you didn't really use them. For Street Fighter, I mean, actually no. Now I think about it, I played Bison, but it wasn't called Bison because we're playing the Japanese version.
Right.
It's called Vega.
Yes.
And I was trying to pull off his Psycho Crusher because I mean, I haven't played Street Fighter 2 for years, but like I know how to do a fucking Psycho Crusher. At least that's what I thought. I thought it was charge, and then charge 2 seconds forward and punch. And I wasn't pulling it off. I was just like punching. And then I asked Ty after playing, I was like, how do you do Psycho Crusher? And he confirmed that I was right. But so I guess maybe that was the sticks. Can I blame the sticks, or will I get on script quotes for blaming the sticks? I don't know.
Or, you know, the game seems slower than ST. Like they don't have the fast speed or the quote real speed in the demo here. So I don't know what the deal is with that. If I were you, I would just claim that I'm so good and it's so ingrained that I was trying to do it at like the bare minimum amount of charging. Yeah.
I guess, you know, back to the sticks with Bomberman, it might have just been with that situation, might have been just a thing with like the gameplay too. It felt sometimes like when I was pressing, like, let's say left or right or whatever, that he would just keep going when I didn't want him to.
Yeah, I had the same experience when I was playing Street Fighter with the analog stick.
Yeah. I mean, playing with the Pro controller with Street Fighter was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have any problem using the D-pad.
Oh, you played Pro as well?
Yeah. Yeah, I got to do both. So
cool. So I haven't touched the Pro controller, the $70 Pro controller. How did it feel to you guys? I mean, Ty, you compared to the Xbox or whatever.
It was good. I like the D-pad.
D-pad's good.
yeah, pretty decent D-pad. I mean, it feels fine.
What can you compare it to another D-pad? I mean, it's obviously better than the Xbox, which is #worst D-pad ever. But anything else?
Well, the Xbox One D-pad's pretty good. I don't know, DS, maybe a bit better than the DS.
Okay, it's definitely like standard size too.
Yeah,
You know.
it wasn't too small.
Yeah, it was pretty much the standard size as it should be, not like GameCube D-pad or something, you know. Switch, yeah.
Well, famously, there isn't a D-pad on the Switch, so
Yeah.
right. Well, apart from the little one.
Oh well, I guess you got that.
Pretty sure it's not a D-pad.
Yeah, those are just
Yeah.
buttons.
I was dicking around with those,
Yeah.
the plus and the minus buttons.
Right.
They're just little buttons on it.
Yeah.
Nothing special. Well, it didn't do anything.
Yeah, at least in the demos and stuff. Most of the time they turn that shit off just so people don't screw around with stuff. They just keep on going with the demo. This guy.
Guilty.
Yeah.
But yeah, the shoulder buttons. I mean, it looked. I mean, from the video presentation, it was like, oh shit, these are going to be like the worst things ever. But like,
Right.
it didn't. It worked. It worked. I mean, for this tiny little controller, if you're out and about and you just want to play a game, just set it down and play a game in, at school, the office, wherever, the park, basketball court. It's fine. It's fine. It works. I was trying to imagine playing Mario Kart with it. Could I do power slides and stuff? Yeah, I think so. It'd be fine.
We've got another comment here. Watching your live show, what is the Switch operating system like? Is it Android? I can't find any info.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, because like we were just saying,
iOS.
yes. No, I mean, there was nothing that we can do to actually try that out. It's all pretty much locked off. I mean, James tried pushing all the buttons.
Believe me, I tried.
Yeah. And well, did you try turning the power off?
Off and on again?
Yeah. We could have.
No, I even tried calling my parents. They didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Did you log into root?
But if you do want to take a good look at maybe what like screens and stuff look like, I know on the Japanese site they have just at least some screenshots of like the home menu and stuff. And so if you just like kind of like dig kind of deep in the Nintendo site, you can actually see that stuff. And one thing that they showed on there, I'm remembering, is that it's kind of like a white plain type of a screen, and then they have like little blocks for games, kind of similar to like 3DS and Wii U, different sizable things maybe. But on the bottom row, they had kind of a thing where it's like game news, which who the hell knows what that means. That's the Japanese. And then they had like a little button for your screenshots, and they had like a button for the eShop, and maybe a couple of other buttons as well. But yeah.
Game news.
Yeah, I mean,
That's weird.
we were trying to talking about it, James and I, and there could just be updates for the games that you have, information about them. That type of
Man
stuff.
dies playing Splatoon. Updates at 11.
Could be something like that.
be?
Yeah.
We have another question.
Same guy,
fella.
N64 Danny.
Yeah. Hi. Do you think they canceled Breath of the Wild for Wii U? They didn't mention it being released on March 3rd along with...
Yes, it is.
They did?
So they didn't mention it, but I mean, I kind of was thinking the same thing. So I double checked like Amazon Japan. There it was.
Okay.
I mean,
it's
same
on
day.
Amazon Japan. There you go.
and it's that's for the Japanese market. But I mean, yeah, it's coming out the same day. I'm pretty sure worldwide. So no problem there. Question mark, exclamation point, probably.
And considering how expensive Twilight Princess and the GameCube turns out to be, it might be a good idea buying the Wii U version, even if you're not going to play it.
I just thought about doing that for a collector's thing, just because
gonna be
it's
worth a lot.
it's kind of neat.
Well, the Wii U's gone out of production, and
It is
will
pretty-
got out of production, so it's going to be rare as shit.
Well, I remember this like directly after the event was over. Looking at Nintendo's Japanese website, they totally redesigned it, kind of like Switch themed a little bit, and just Wii U is just gone. Yeah, it's gone. So
Rest in peace.
rest in peace. So I'm trying to think, what else was there?
Oh, they're
Anything?
playing the Get Out of Here music.
Oh, great!
Is it New Year's again?
It's New Year's Day.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. So that might actually about do it, unless you guys have any other questions, or if you guys.
Well, we kind of wrapped things up quickly last night. Well, no, we got on the train kind of quickly yesterday, didn't we?
Right.
Today. So is there anything else about the presentation? I mean, we didn't really talk about who was talking at the event.
Okay.
Like, because obviously, Satoru Iwata is not around anymore. So it was a surprise to see Kimishima there. I mean, bald old guy in a gray suit.
Yeah, I mean, he's what the interim president or whatever, but he still went out there and did a little bit.
Right.
He's no.
Had to.
Yeah, and he's no Iwata. I mean, nobody really expected him to do anything like that. That's why they had all these guys from the different production teams and stuff like that, producers and stuff, come out. Because I mean, at this point. It's like that's what they kind of need to do. There's no like front face of the company aside from maybe somebody like Miyamoto. So maybe they're trying to groom some people to be that.
There's Miyamoto over there. What's up?
What's up, man?
Nice.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was a lot of, well, let's face it, Japanese men at that presentation.
That's the reality of the way things are. Yeah, there are some women in prominent positions at Nintendo, even in Japan, but
the Splatoon one should have been presented by the Anne female at Nintendo on the Splatoon project. I mean, that guy hamming it up with the dual wielders. Do you want me to hold that? Is that okay?
no, it's okay. Sorry.
Which they had the dual wielders here, by the way. You could actually, pose with it. And by the way, did I tell you the posing area was 120-minute wait just for the photo thing?
Wow.
That's how popular Splatoon is. I mean, people just gave up on the game and they're like, fuck it, let's just queue up for the photo.
Yeah, like I said, Splatoon was the first thing that they were coming through the lines and like, yep, if you want to play Splatoon, too bad. Like 10 minutes later, you want to play Zelda, sorry.
That's crazy. So yeah, the presentation, we didn't give our overall feelings of the presentation. I mean, I was actually generally disappointed with the presentation, and if anything, it reduced my hype levels for Switch, which surprised me. I thought there was nothing they could do to damage my hype levels, and they did. So I was a bit kind of surprised by that. It's probably the price and the online, paying for online, that kind of 1-2 gut punch right at the beginning of the thing, and then 2 games that I wasn't interested in. Like, I mean, give them credit for showing new IP, starting with 2 new IPs. That was, brave, not in the Apple sense.
Read my mind, man.
Kind of brave. I mean, but I mean, the 1-2 Switch thing, that was like, okay, that's going to be a pack-in. Turns out it's not. You're going to have to pay for that. And then there was ARMS, which, like I said, I was initially disappointed by, but turns out it's a good game. So yeah, my overall feelings, and then going between all of these guys, introducing games, and then the Sega guy Nagoshi, which there's actually a Famicast episode entitled after him. Yes. Danny's met him.
Yeah, he's my best friend.
He's a complete asshole, basically. So this
kind of. Sorry, Mr. Nagoshi, I didn't mean it.
I mean it. So this Yakuza-looking guy comes on stage, shows no games, talks about they plan on doing some games in the future. They later, there was a Sonic Mania video shown after the event, but we didn't see that till after the event on the YouTube channel. So yeah, and he comes on, talks, and then walks off. And then Suda51 does the same thing. And then the EA guy kind of does the same thing. I mean, at least did they show FIFA, or they just showed the logo?
They showed the logo. I think they showed a little bit of footage, but I mean, it's like, it's probably from last year's game on
one version.
PS4. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Or whatever. So there was a lot of like introducing people to talk about nothing and then show nothing. If the EA guy, like Danny was saying, I mean, Danny, do you want to say what you wish they would have talked about with EA?
Oh yeah, I mean, they said that they're going to have some kind of a special, EA game, and I don't know, in my mind, I just thought about the Star Wars connection with Nintendo, like back from like, I don't know, you could maybe even say Super Nintendo days, definitely N64 and GameCube.
I remember I played Empire Strikes Back on the NES.
That too. I'm just saying, like, when it got when it got really big, I mean, especially when Factor 5 was doing stuff and they were involved with, what I was just thinking, man, what a perfect way to do something like that. Bring Star Wars back to Nintendo system. And no, I was even thinking that there it is. I was even thinking that, maybe it'd just be like a kind of like a ultimate version of Star Wars Battlefront or something. Cause that seems like it'd be easy enough to do, but no such luck.
Another comment. Have any of you seen games playable without controllers, like a tablet?
Yeah, there's nothing like that here. And I think that might be kind of difficult to do because
I don't think they're going to do those kind of games, because once you dock it, how the hell are you going to touch it?
Right. Unless they somehow, because I mean, if it's a touchscreen type of a game, you cannot play it docked. And maybe Nintendo has some kind of a rule or something where they don't want developers to do that type of a thing. It's hard telling.
I think, it's difficult to make, isn't it? I mean, now we know that it's got a camera and IR pointer thing. That could it could do like a touchscreen game, but once you dock it, you use a mouse cursor type situation. But like, I don't know if they want to like advertise that. I mean, it's unfortunately this console, they've got to draw this line in the sand on a few features. Like with the thing, my favorite feature of the Wii U is that I can like listen to the game audio and play it on the TV.
Mhm.
I mean, that feature's out for the Switch, unfortunately. But they have to draw a line in the sand. They can't have both with this one. So they're saying, okay, this is portable, and then when you dock it, it's on the TV. We're not going to do both anymore, like with the Wii U. So
Right.
When I look at a game like Disgaea 5, that's a game I would like to play, without buttons and sticks, just touch screen everything. So if it's like technically possible, or if the system just shits itself when you take the controllers out, we can't really tell right now, can we?
Yeah, I mean, me and James just kind of try and
they want this kind of thing, don't they?
Yeah.
Meeting up in the library secretly
should
in your school and then playing Switch.
they'll love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, me and James tried just kind of fondling the screen as we were playing Street Fighter, but
Why do you use that word?
why not?
I'm sorry for what I did earlier, by the way.
Okay. But yeah, nothing kind of went down with that. So
All right, follow up. Would you want to see a Switch XL?
XL? Oh, well, actually, no. I was surprised at how small it was, to be honest. Like when we were playing Street Fighter, we were like, like squinting out our eyes over this tiny little screen. I don't know why I thought it was from the videos we saw.
Yeah, or from the Wii U controller.
yeah,
The screen is ironically bigger than the Wii U one, isn't it? It's just the device itself is smaller. The Switch is smaller.
right.
Yeah, like it's smaller than I expected too. That's what she said.
Yes. Excuse me.
I mean, here's a child holding it.
A very tiny Asian child.
Yeah, actually, yeah,
He's loving it.
yes. So I guess for me,
I mean, this one they're using like a multiplayer setting here. Like each got their own individual screen. They've got their individual screens. I mean, they're not even attempting to share one screen amongst 4 people. So yeah, I think that's what they're aiming for, right?
yeah, and I guess my general kind of thought about this whole like the presentation and maybe even just everything that we've kind of seen is that it as opposed to the reveal trailer, everything was so focused and like you kind of got where they were trying to go with this. But with this event, I mean, yeah, I understand there's a lot of games and a lot of stuff that you want to put out there and let people be aware of. But I mean, the first start of this whole thing, I was thinking like, what the hell? Are we back in like 2006? This is like the wheel all over again. I mean, it's good.
What part of it?
The very first part of the presentation,
Right.
where it's just talking about a lot 1-2 switch and then ARMS, which I'm a little bit more interested in now.
When there was all this kind of stuff going on,
Yeah.
that's when I got worried. I mean, they were showing like ping pong and tennis and stuff like that, right? That I definitely got vibes.
Well, there were people flailing around their arms. So I mean,
Yeah. Well, we're talking about that. Here's a very relevant question. After holding the Switch, does it seem kid friendly? Will kids break it?
well, I mean, unfortunately,
we didn't hold it.
yeah, I didn't get to play any games in like the handheld mode.
Splatoon 2 was available to play in handheld mode. That you could choose like Pro on TV, or you could choose handheld mode. But like we said, Splatoon 2 was fully booked out for the whole day. So
Romance of the Three Kingdoms 13 was also available in handheld mode. My first experience with Wii U was number 12, and I didn't want to relive that experience again.
was that at the TGS?
TGS 2012
That was your first experience of the Wii
with
U,
the Wii
wasn't
U.
it?
You played like Tank.
I did.
Yeah.
That was my first Wii U game.
Yeah. What else we got, Ty?
Do you guys think this will save Nintendo?
Is
With paying online, will it be worth it?
that you, or is that what I actually wrote that?
No, I didn't write that.
Oh, okay.
But my answer is no.
James.
I think, man, before yesterday, I thought they'd hit it out of the park because all the rumors were 250 with a pack-in. And I was like, fucking nailed it, man. And then they came out here 300 no pack-in. And the games at launch, it's only Zelda that's worth playing at launch, right? On the 3rd of March, that's it, right? It's just Zelda. Mario's in summer. Splatoon's in summer.
Mario's in winter, but
Whatever, same thing.
Yeah.
Take off minus a few degrees temperature. But like, you know what I mean? It's not at launch anyway, right? So I want to play Mario and Splatoon 2. And I definitely want to play Zelda, but like now I'm looking at like $420.
And if you just want to play Zelda, I mean, you can just get it on your Wii U.
Well, yes, I guess so. I mean, I've got a lot of Wii U games to play, and I don't even think I can finish them all before the 3rd of March. And I infamously don't buy consoles at launch, so I'm fine waiting a bit longer to buy it. But I don't know. What are you going to do then?
I'm probably going to pick it up at launch as long as I can get a pre-order. Pre-orders open up here on January 21st, so I'm going to try for that. We'll see how that goes.
Are you going to be buying 1-2 Switch?
Probably not.
What is it with afros and 1-2 Switch? I mean, that guy's got a genuine afro. I mean, good luck to him. But why was that? he was taking afros on everyone.
Yeah, on the show floor. It was weird. It was a weird day.
It was a weird thing. Afrocentric. You know, this kind of thing. Another thing which kind of annoyed me at the presentation was this kind of thing. You know, a page full of third-party logos. I mean, this doesn't mean anything to me.
Well, there's some first-party logos in there too.
Well, yeah, that's kind of a given.
Right.
But like, I mean, what have we got here? Derby Stallion, just like an untitled Derby Stallion game.
Right.
A Tales of game. I mean, it's Tales of series. I mean, what does that mean? It means
It's in the pipeline.
It's in the pipeline. Yes.
Unless the Switch fails.
Yeah, there's lots of kind of like blurry, not really planned out. I mean, if this is what they're showing at the launch, I mean, this is not coming out at launch, but this is what they're showing at launch. It's not a good sign to me. I mean, I want like the concrete games for the next 6 months. They must have them, right? I mean they're all going to come out the woodwork.
If you think about this, I mean, within the first year, which they can say launch window because Nintendo.
Right.
I mean, we're going to have Zelda. We're going to have Splatoon 2. We're going to have Mario, a new 3D Mario.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I mean, it's better than, isn't that better than what the Wii U started out with, kind of? I mean,
oh yeah, in the first year up to like Christmas 2017, it's going to be a hell of a year.
Yeah,
absolutely. But we need to know what's between that. That's always Nintendo's problem, isn't it? Like, we've got these 3 games planned for this year. It's like, okay, but a year is 12 months.
Yeah. Well, hopefully this is where third parties will come in. You know, like companies like EA. I mean, Japanese third parties, I think, are going to be there. I mean, they're already here, and they've been sticking with Nintendo for a long time with, 3DS and stuff. Hopefully, they'll kind of make the transfer over from low development cost 3DS to a high definition platform. I mean, this might draw over some like Vita developers and stuff, for better or worse.
I hope so.
I mean,
can't believe you went there.
I'm serious. I mean, that's probably a thing that might happen.
It doesn't have a back touch panel.
Not yet.
You can't do the things that Vita users do.
Yeah.
Nah.
Is it wipeable?
What?
Is the Switch wipeable?
No, let's not go down this road any farther. How do the Joy-Cons feel in your hands? Too small or just right?
Okay, so I talked about it on the podcast a while ago, and maybe if you're a new listener, maybe you don't know, but I got the Famicom Classic Mini, basically, the Japanese NES Classic Mini, and those controllers are tiny. I mean, like, if you have a 3DS XL, like the controller can fit inside the bottom touchscreen. I mean, it's tiny. These seem to be a little bit bigger than that, but not by much. Not by much. I think mainly because the strap. You put the strap on the Joy-Con, and it kind of makes it a little bit bigger, and it gives it so you have like some shoulder buttons.
And they were all like that.
Yeah.
To be clear, at the event, if the Joy-Con was undocked or unattached, they had the wrist strap on. So it was like the Wii era. It's like the first thing they told us to do, put the wrist strap on. Right. I'm playing Street Fighter, mate. I'll be all right. I'm not going to kill anyone with a fucking Joy-Con with a playing Street Fighter 2.
I got some tournament stories for you.
3DS version?
No.
Okay.
I'm just going to like rage at somebody who's like, and throw the Joy-Con across the room. It's attached with string anyway.
Yeah, it was.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
So Joy-Cons, the Joy-Cons feel good. I mean, I didn't get much of the HD Rumble experience, which, it sounded amazing from that presentation, like the Ice Cube thing.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds a bit weird to be excited about ice cubes, but and like feeling of water in it. I want to see what that feels like. They should have a tech demo built into the Switch that lets you do that kind of thing.
It's called the system settings.
Yeah, yeah. How many ice cubes do you feel? 1, 2, or 3? Yeah. Do you feel the feel of water sloshing down into your underpants? Look, yes, to continue.
Yeah, yes.
Oh yeah, we do have a picture of the OS in this booklet actually.
Yeah.
That was the OS. So thank you, Danny. That's like Danny said, the buttons underneath, and then quite large icons, quite nice, clear display. What's in the top left? I can't see that. That's there's a Mario icon.
I think those are the game profiles. Maybe like people that are, you know what I mean? Like
User profile.
Thank you very much, Ty. User profiles.
Ty, when we were going in, we were looking at that white piece of paper. It wasn't a map. It was the weight of everything. I guess this was the one piece of information they forgot to put in the booklet, so they added it in. That is so fucking weird.
I mean, you can find all of this stuff. Like if you look at the tech specs, on Nintendo's website, you can see all this stuff. Like weight.
I could just imagine the scene at Nintendo headquarters. They're like, it's like, hey, Takeshi, did you manage to put in the data for the weight?
It's like, nah, dude, Taro got that.
No, he didn't. It's like, fuck. 3 people dropped their coffee cups. We didn't put how much it weighs. Fuck, the Switch is cancelled. Quick, make 5 million copies of this piece of paper to show how much people it weighs. Fucking hell, that's weird. So yeah, in the top, it's got Mario, Link, and me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then in the top right, it's the time, Wi-Fi signal, and the battery icon.
Right.
And the bottom right is just continue. Oh, I guess select game news, like Danny said.
Yep.
eShop, gallery, and then what is that? Joy-Con settings,
Joy-Cons.
brightness settings, and power. So I guess you can just power it off straight from the front menu.
So it appears.
That's brave.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
All right. Yeah, I think that might about cover it. I mean, I think we kind of talked about pretty much everything that if we couldn't talk about it yesterday, I hope we got all that stuff out of the way.
Where's Cyrus, by the way?
Oh shit, he's not here?
I thought he was
We
getting on the
lost
train.
him.
Oh, forget that guy. He's all right.
I thought he was right behind us when we're getting on the hype train.
I thought I heard an Irish feller behind me the whole time, but maybe I was just wrong. So,
Rest in peace.
yeah. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it here for the live Famicast from Tokyo Big Sight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in here on YouTube. If you wanted to check out some more stuff from the show floor, from what we recorded earlier, go ahead and check out the Nintendo World Report Twitter. We put on some cool... There it is. We put up some cool videos of kind of like walking around and just doing some stuff here. It was a lot of fun and really easy.
Me being an ass, generally. So if you like that kind of thing, please understand. Please check it out.
Basically. So I'd like to thank these guys for joining me here today. Ty, thanks for being here, dude.
My pleasure.
James, thanks, man.
You're welcome.
And this is Danny, and we will catch you next time. Peace.
Oh, man. I'm hungry.